Hello and welcome back to Star Wars The Living Set. Will, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Great to be back with you guys. Hopefully you liked our special edition episode where we talked about absolutely no cards.
No cards. I mean, we talked about cards, just not
a little bit
specific cards.
Yeah, we actually talked about what else you can do with the set. Hopefully you check that one out. If not, check out our channel. We talked about, obviously, the prints that are behind us. We talked about autograph cards, everything else. But now we're back again. We're into the 100s. And we're going to bring you 4 cards again this episode. All right, card number 101, Royal Guard. You're like, who are the Royal Guard? Those are the red guys that stood outside of the elevator, Return of the Jedi. I think they also came down the ramp with the Emperor, Return of the Jedi.
Did nothing, said nothing ever.
Did nothing, said nothing. They carried a stick. That's those guys. All right, let's do some stats real quick. They made 1,255. 57 have been graded by PSA. 30 10s and 26 9s. So, of course, that's when we first see them is coming down the ramp, and then we see them later. However, I found some interesting things, of course, on the internet, because that's where all truth happens. There was actually some sort of non-official comic that was written about Return of Tag and Bink.
Wow.
And you're saying, who are Tag and Bink?
True that, I suppose.
Well, Tag Greenlee and Bink Otama apparently were the names of the 2 red guards outside the elevator in this comic book.
Interesting.
When they're told to leave, we all see them go around the back of the elevator. Apparently in the comic, they realize there's no elevator back there. They just kind of wait. They watch the lightsaber battle. They see Vader go down. They see the Emperor get thrown in the hole. They sometimes might hear Vader yell no, depending on which episode it is. And then, of course, they get blown up, like the Death Star does.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. So I thought that was an interesting one. Or the person who's actually credited for playing them is an actor named Quentin Pierre. He's actually the person that apparently played the Royal Guards that were standing there, at least one of them. And the entire concept was they were supposed to be Centurion-like warriors and monks, but that deep red color was kind of there for it.
Yeah.
Now, the other interesting one I found was in the 2016 Lego Force Awakens video game, which I think you've played.
I have.
Apparently, they join the battle, and of course, they lose because they're just 2 guys with sticks.
Yeah.
Compared to Jedi warriors. We also see them in the Clone Wars. We also see them, of course, later when they evolve into the Praetorian Guard, which we talked about a few episodes ago, where when they're with Snoke, they've got all these different weapons. They're like ninjas. They're pretty cool.
I think Palpatine kind of gave some info to Snoke or some sort of
Could have
thing
been.
like that. Like, have them be more better equipped and don't have them just stand there. So.
Just stand there with sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, card number 101, Royal Guard. After watching, again, as a kid, when Return of the Jedi came out, we had no idea what they did. They just stood there. They never say anything, but that's our card for this week. All right. Card number 102. This might take a long time.
It won't be too long.
Captain Rex from the Clone Wars. Tell us about Captain Rex.
So, Captain Rex, probably one of the most loved clones that there is out there.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not just saying that. He is very loved.
Okay.
First going to stats, though. So, they made 1,259. 51 have been graded by PSA, 30 10s, and 20 9s. The voice is D. Bradley Baker,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
And he's the voice of Rex, but also of almost all the other clones.
Because they're clones.
Because they all mostly have the same voice. There are a few that have very slightly different ones.
Yep.
I believe Wolf has a different voice.
Maybe.
Gregor, but yeah. He's the voice of most of the clones.
Okay.
He's credited in 668 different things for shows.
That's crazy. 668 different things. He's been either shows or movies or voice things. Yeah. Good for him. Nice job, D. Bradley Baker.
He was also apparently Daffy Duck in Space Jam.
Yeah, so apparently his first big breakthrough was the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan. I don't think you've ever seen that, have you? You should check it out. It's pretty fun.
I've seen the new one.
Yeah, you should see the first one. It's pretty fun. Apparently he plays Daffy Duck at that, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to break into the scene.
And as I mentioned earlier, he's obviously lots of clone voices.
Yep.
Basically all of them.
Yep.
Rex's number, or birth number, as I believe it's called, is CT7567.
Okay.
And that's how most people know him if they don't really know him well.
Got it.
They just call him Rex or CT7567.
Yep.
Yeah. Things that he was in Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Bad Batch.
So in Rebels, isn't he old Rex there?
So in Rebels, he's very old Rex.
Okay.
He has like a beard and stuff. He's hanging out with Wolf and Gregor, I think.
On like the big like walking thing, right?
Yeah, they're on this random planet in like a super like broken down but like mashed up I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it was one of those old, the Walker
things.
things. Like, not the AT-AT, but the lower, slow. Like, I think we saw those on Geonosis the first time.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, that's when we see him in Rebels. He is in Bad Batch a few times.
Okay.
There is actually an appearance you don't know about.
Uh-oh.
So,
Spoiler alert.
during Episode 6, Return of the Jedi,
Okay.
when we're on Endor, and they're doing all this stuff, and
Yeah.
like Han and like the...
I've seen Return of the Jedi.
Well, yeah, I'm just explaining.
Okay.
So they're all like doing all that stuff, they're trying to break in and stuff, and we see this guy. He's a rebel, obviously, and he's got a white beard. This guy then takes out a few stormtroopers and puts on stormtrooper armor.
Okay.
We then see him again as he gets captured. So most people believed or thought this could be Captain Rex.
Wow.
So there were all these different comments and theories about is it not, and eventually George Lucas, aka Lucasfilm, whatever you want to call him, they basically said,
I believe the Godfather of the Galaxy is what we're supposed to call him.
yeah, sorry, the Godfather of Galaxy
Yep.
was basically like, I mean, it wasn't really, but he does mention that he was in the Battle of Endor.
I've never heard that before. That's interesting.
That is told by George Lucas or the Godfather of the Galaxy.
All right.
That is Captain Rex.
We may have to watch that tonight and see.
So, yeah,
okay, cool.
that part is pretty funny.
All right.
I thought that was super cool.
And he's in Ahsoka too, right?
He is in Ahsoka. We
Okay.
don't actually see his actual face. We just see him with the helmet.
Oh, is that the flashback when they go back to Mandalore, right?
They're doing the flashback stuff. And
yeah.
I believe he says, "Are you coming, General?" Something like that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But I think the voice there was actually done by Tamori, the guy who actually does Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different voice on that one. Okay.
And then he is, of course, Anakin's first in command, his captain, commander. He kind of goes through the ranks.
Got it.
Yeah.
So he's probably your favorite clone, right?
He's very easily my favorite clone.
All right.
I just love how he and Ahsoka connect really well. I'm not one of the people that think they should be a ship. That does not make sense to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they're just a great team. Yeah.
I find it hard to think you have a favorite clone since they're all the same.
Oh.
I'm going to just end on that.
favorite-
I'm going to get yelled at if I say
A
that.
favorite variation
Got it. All right.
of Jango Fett. Is
All right.
that better?
That's very good. All right. Anything else on 102 Captain Rex?
I don't think so.
All right. I'm going to take 103 Babu Frik from Rise of the Skywalker. We're going to jump into stats real quick. 1,279 is how many they made, 55 PSA, 31 10s, and 23 9s. Now, I love the character Babu Frik.
He loves him so much.
Love Babu Frik. We first see Babu Frik in Rise of the Skywalker, right, when they actually go visit the planet of Kijimi is where they're going to. The voice was actually done by Shirley Henderson. All right, now I'm glad you're sitting down, and I hope everyone out there is sitting down. You've heard Shirley Henderson's voice before, and you've actually seen Shirley Henderson before.
I probably have. I just don't know what you're talking about.
Moaning Myrtle in the Harry Potter series.
You're joking.
I am not.
No, you are joking.
I am not. Moaning Myrtle is actually the person
hold
that
up.
does the voice of Babu Frik, Shirley Henderson.
I can hear it in my head. That is...
Yep.
I didn't know that. He told me
Yep.
before we started recording, do you want me to tell you beforehand or do you want to be surprised? And I said I want to be surprised. So this is a full-on reaction.
That's a surprise, right?
That is crazy.
All right, so Babu Frik, he's an Anzelin male. He lives on the planet Kijimi. Of course, he was first revealed in 2019 on what was called Force Friday merch reveal.
Really?
Now, I mean, he's a little cute character. Guess what they did? They wanted to sell a lot of merchandise.
I mean, that's what they did with the Porgs.
Remember exactly. The Porgs did the
That's what
exact
we
same
did.
thing.
They literally did the exact same thing.
Yep.
Just with an actual talking character instead of a
Yep,
animal.
exactly right. So he was originally supposed to die on Kijimi, sorry, but comes back for the Battle of Exegol because apparently George Lucas, in watching a screening, said, "What happened to Babu Frik?"
Exactly.
So they brought him back. And then, of course, we also see more Anzelans in Boba Fett.
I think it's Boba Fett or Mando. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it is. It might be Mando, where they're on
Yeah, it is because then he's helping fix
IG. Yep, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep. So we see more of that race come back. So I'm a big Babu Frik character. I thought he was pretty funny. I like it even better now that I know it's actually Moaning Myrtle doing that one. So
That is awesome.
hopefully we get more Babu Frik sometime in the future. All right, back to you, card number 104 for this one.
So we believe it's Mas Amedda.
Probably.
You think?
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Basically, he's the guy that's like always with the Chancellor. He has like the little like horn thing, and then like the horns like going down, and his staff.
Yep.
He's that guy.
He's got a stick, just like the Royal Guard.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
So first one was stats. They made 1,105, 22 have been graded by PSA, 13 10s, and 9 9s.
Okay.
The actor is David Bowers.
Yep.
Bowers?
That's who played Moss in Revenge of the Sith. Was David Bowers? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. The character is also in episode 2.
Correct. Yep.
Very briefly, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So his race is a Chagrian.
Chagrian. Go with that. Yep.
Chagrian from Champala.
I think so. We'll go with that. Yeah. Yep.
He is, of course, the close advisor to Palpatine as a senator.
Yep.
I feel like they're like a pair.
They're always together.
We always see them together.
Always together.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was in like the plot and stuff.
Maybe.
Because just the stuff he says.
Yeah.
It seems like he was kind of in on the plan.
Well, apparently he'd been working with Palpatine for a long time. He was a senator before.
Yeah.
So they kind of always had this connection. And of course, when Palpatine started to rise, Moss just kind of came along.
Yeah.
Okay.
He calls for order after the vote of no confidence.
Yeah, so he's the blue guy with the stick. He says, "Order!" Like after they do the vote of no confidence.
I'm pretty sure that's for Chancellor Valorum.
It is. Nice job. We'll put a picture of that one up there just so we have that one for you as well. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And he's always at the side of Palpatine.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at the side of Palpatine at the end of, not Revenge of the Sith, I think Attack of the Clones, where they're standing out on like the balcony thing, looking out over the Grand Royal Army.
Okay.
Of course, he's right there during that part.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he does have a few Clone Wars appearances.
Now, the person who does the voice in Clone Wars is different than the actor,
Yeah.
but he definitely is in Clone Wars. And if you want some serious backstory, there's a ton of backstory out there about this character.
I bet.
Lots of people have written lots of things. There's been lots of comics, lots of backstory. And apparently he survives through everything, so which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, anything else for our 4 cards this week?
I don't think so.
All right, what is your favorite card of the week? We always got to pick these out.
Okay,
Favorite card.
Favorite card character-wise or artwork-wise?
Remember we kind of combine these. It's just you got to pick one. What's your favorite one of the week?
I feel like we're probably going to have the same one. I'm going to go with Babu.
Yeah, Babu Frik is a hands-down easy choice. Babu Frik is great from the character, obviously just the way it was drawn. So again, great job, Kris Penix, for drawing that one. If you guys are interested in checking out the cards, tops.com. 2 new cards every single Tuesday. Otherwise, thank you for watching our show. We appreciate it, and we'll be back again with 4 new cards in our next episode. Thanks, guys.